I think a lot of women underestimate their value and they do too much. You know, a little like what they say, you're being extra.
Yeah.
And if women could just become more comfortable with just being.
I have heard a lot in different spaces that a woman's value is attached to a man. So, and also I've heard that a woman's value, a woman's value is attached to whether or not she has children, like pretty much a man and birthing children. So, what about the women who aren't married? What about the women who don't have children? Are they just deemed valueless? The reason I don't like these particular points is because I feel like a woman finds her true value, and you said this already, is in her creator. And that's anything. I think the only thing that can place value on a thing is the person that created it. The iPhone. Why is it so expensive? Because the person that made it said, this is what I'm going to charge for it. Anything that has been created, the creator places that value on it. So I don't think people should look outside to get value from other people. I think they should first go to the creator and find out, what is my purpose from you? Why did you place me on this earth? And once you know your purpose, and once you know your value, and once you know that God created you from scratch, He knit you together in your mother's womb, then I think you know how valuable you are. That the person that created the heavens and the earth and everything in it took the time to just make you. So I think there's value in just knowing that. Like, to me, that's valuable just in itself. And then everything else.
To add to that, just so people know that they're not a mistake. So sometimes when it does feel like the world is against you, because we all have those moments where it feels like, is everybody against me? And whether it's true or not, it could be, the way we're perceiving a moment. Sometimes I think it's important that you like you said, step back and just like, I was born for a reason. I have a purpose.
Right.
Like just sometimes, and I always tell my students, sometimes just smiling at somebody.
Yes.
Just literally a smile sometimes can be impactful.
Yes.
Just letting somebody know, like, I see you, I value you. Or just taking time to listen. You don't know how just you being, again, present in a moment and being there for someone. You don't always have to have all the words. You don't have to have, a degree in or several degrees in something to know that your presence matters. Your presence makes an impact in somebody's life. And I think sometimes you need to know that. I feel like that the movie The Wonderful Life is such a good example of that. How just you not being present in a situation, in a community, in a location, could have meant the difference between someone's life going wrong or right. You have no idea how much impact your presence has in somebody's life.
I love that.
I have to agree. Like, I'm listening to the both of you, and a couple of words that came to me was be. I think a lot of women underestimate their value and they do too much. You know, a little like what they say, you're being extra.
Yeah.
And if women could just become more comfortable with just being, you said that a lot of people feel like, well, the conversations today that are hosted on these platforms is a woman's value is attached to a man. I disagree. Because when you find her, if you're looking for a wife, that's a value in and of itself. She didn't become a wife because after she met you, she was that. And that drew you to her.
There you go.
So I just want to debunk that theory.
I love the debunking of theories.
Sense?
Yes.
Yes, I'm in agreement with you.
Sorry, fellas.
No.
Yeah.
No, I completely agree.
Sorry, fellas.
And then to piggyback off what you said, as far as that smile, I watched a documentary where a few people that were contemplating suicide, they said that they were looking, they just wanted one person to speak to them. If one person smiled, and they were like, if no one did it, they were going to go for it. But like if someone spoke and someone smiled, they're like, okay, my life is valuable. Someone spoke to me. So I do agree with that. Like sometimes just look up. And I feel like we're so into our phones these days. Everyone's looking down. People are actually shocked when you make eye contact now. They're like, they're looking at me? Oh, hi. It's so weird now. So everyone's here. And if you actually look people in the eyes, just test yourself. Go into a Walmart or a store or a mall and don't look down. Put your phone in your pocket and look up and look in people in the eyes. They're going to be shocked. Like, oh, they're looking at me. They're going to be like Avatar. I see you.
I see you. Yeah. And that's important. Yeah. And I think even just with my nephews, and with my students as a standard I have, I always tell them, I on the side, I teach etiquette to students and college professionals, sorry, college students and professionals. And one of the things that I always try to encourage them is like, when it comes to, should I answer my phone or should I be present and talking to that person? The person that's in front of you, not that it devalues who's on your phone, but they should be the person that is, the first one that you're focused on.
Mhm.
Why? Because obviously you had a meeting or you had you created this space for you guys to be in, so they should get your attention.
Yeah.
And I always tell kids the only time that you can break from this conversation we're having is if your mama calls, because I'm not upset nobody's mama.
Mhm.
And if she calls, it's probably important. But other than that, I think it's very important that just our body language states to people that we value them. And the way I do that is I'll put my phone away. Or I'll say, let me finish this text or this email because it's for work or whatever. And I said, I want to give you my full attention. I'm letting you know that I'm saying that you're valuable enough that I'm going to stop everything else that this
Yeah.
world thinks this phone means.
And that speaks
It
volumes.
does.
Just doing that speaks volumes. It's like, you actually care what I have to say?
Yeah.
Because
when that happens, I'll literally say, if somebody's on their phone, I'll say, I'll wait. Because I want them to know that the expectation is we're going to fully engage. We're going to give eye contact. We're going to have a discussion because I took my time out of my day for you. So I need that same respect back. So, and we're talking about, if we're talking about royalty and queen, I feel like one of the things that are important in like royal courts is making sure that you follow certain protocols. And to me, part of a conversation or the protocols of a conversation is that you fully engage and you be present. Because if not, you're wasting that person's time, and that's unfair. And if you don't value their time, then you should have never set up the meeting.
Yeah. Have you ever talked to somebody on the phone or in person?
Mm-hmm.
No, actually on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll go, "Are you there?"
Mhm.
And you say, "Yeah, I'm just listening."
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's become so uncommon
Yeah.
to
So
have like
true.
a listening ear.
It's
But
so
I
true.
want to give y'all a story real quick.
Yeah,
Go
go ahead.
Because you mentioned your nephew, I think.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of something about my little niece. So my little niece and my stepson, they're really close in age,
Mm-hmm.
and they would come, together for the summertime. So we were teaching them the importance of prayer,
Oh, it's
Yes.
right? Because it's important that kids have coping skills
Right.
outside of the parent,
It's
Mhm.
true.
right? They got to have something to go back on
Yeah, I agree.
when life comes at them, because it's coming.
It is.
Yes, it
It's
is.
coming.
It is.
And we were praying, and it was her turn to pray.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "Dear God, please bless." And she didn't say, "Please bless my aunt."
Mm.
She said my whole name. And I'm like, okay. So when the prayer was over, I said, "Why did you say, 'Dear God, please bless my name'? Why did you tell me?"
Right.
She's like, "Because he needs to know who you are."
Aww.
That was so deep.
Yeah, because there's lots of aunts. Please
Yes.
bless aunt. Aunt who?
That is good. She's
That's
being very
awesome.
specific in her
Yes.
prayer.
But
That's
the
good.
things, kids are way
Yes.
sharper than what we give them credit for.
Absolutely.
They really are.
Mhm.
And I just want to say to women, that man needs to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we tuck ourselves away.
We do.
Because we think that's what a man wants.
Mhm.
We do.
But he needs to know who you are.
Right.
We do.
And I
Yeah.
find that men often fall in love with like your quirky side, like the weird things about you that make you different from
Yeah.
every other woman.
Yeah.
And those are things we try to hide and like, let me pretend to be like everyone else. But
Yeah.
No.
maybe he likes the goofy, dorky that you snort when you laugh, or your freckles that you try to
She's not
cover up.
saying I snort.
You see what she did?
Example.
She's like,
An example.
No, not you, but like, the fact people have freckles, they
No,
try to
no,
cover
yeah.
them. Like
I'm
maybe
sorry.
that's the thing that they like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your blueprint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I love like people like Barbara Streisand, like people would make fun of her nose, and then she was like, I'm gonna insure it because guess what? It's my
That's what
nose and
makes
it's
me-
different.
yeah.
And it's what makes me beautiful.
Mhm.
And it's done her well so far. So
It has.
did
Over
you
7
ladies,
decades she's
Well,
been in
that's
the
true.
business, so
She's
says a lot
amazing.
about her.
Yeah.
one of my favorites. But did you know they redid Funny Girl? It's on Broadway.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it as good as
Hold
the
on, what is
original?
it?
Funny Girl. Barbara Streisand originally did it. Now it's on Broadway with
Oh.
the girl who sang Let It Go. What's her name?
Oh,
Ariel?
Menzel.
Is that the Little Mermaid?
Idina Menzel? Or something?
I
Oh,
think that's
I
her
don't know
name.
her
The
name.
one who sang Let
If
It
I'm
Go.
saying her
The
name
one who
wrong, I
did the
apologize.
voice for the cartoon.
Yes.
Oh, no. Oh, Chloe?
I feel like she would do well.
Chloe's sister?
Oh, you're thinking of Little Mermaid. the live
Okay,
action.
see. Okay,
So
I'm completely out of
it's
touch.
Adrina Menzel or Mendel.
That might be her.
Again, I'm saying your
Say it for the, because
saying
no
your
one
name
else knew
wrong.
the
I
name. You
apologize.
say it for the.
What's her sister's name?
But
by
she's
the
a
way?
Broadway
There's-
actress.
She is.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. I don't know her sister's name, actually.
Chloe Bailey.
Chloe and Halle.
Chloe and Halle Bailey.
Okay.
Yeah, one of
gotcha,
them sings, one
gotcha.
of them is an actor. Or they both sing.
No, they both
They
sing.
both sing.
They both
Yeah.
sing.
My apologies.
Yeah.